Yeah, thank you. So I'm Mike from the AI Art magazine, and today we have Romain as a guest. Thank you so much for coming to our
Yeah, my pleasure.
conversation. Yeah. So maybe you can quickly introduce yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Romain. I'm from France. I live in Marseille. I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I was first a music producer, composer for more than 20 years. And for this last 5, 6, 7 years, I've been doing mainly video, music video, social marketing too. And I've been obsessed with AI since 2022. At the beginning of AI, I did the first music video in France with AI, and yeah, since then I kept exploring, within the realm of the possibility of AI. So that's
So
why right now I'm here today. I think.
yeah, absolutely. So this is something that really caught my attention when I was researching a bit and reading a bit. So I read those articles like about this music video. So this was really the first music video that has been produced in France with AI, has been done by yourself.
I mean, maybe there was other stuff, but they weren't publicly, known or not that I
Yeah,
know of. So yeah, I guess. I mean, like I was telling you off before, I saw the first music video maybe like 2 months, 1 month before I did mine. That was a Giant World video that was amazing. I was like, what? What is that? I want to know how we can do that. So I geek out within like the algorithm within Google Colab. I think that was like one of the first version of stable diffusion.
yeah,
And back in the day, it wasn't that easy like it is today with Kling or whatever. It's just like super easy to do it now. Back in the day, you needed to program your camera movement with like cosinus and sinus, like mathematics. God, it was crazy to do this type of video. But I had so much fun because for me, that's the end result. That's I wanted to see. So, and even at that time, the second video I made, I was shooting green screen my artist, and then doing like background generated background, and I
Mhm.
transformed the real video within the AI to make it like looks like a manga type of thing. But I was already introducing, like the compositing, After Effects stuff uh, at the beginning of AI. So for me, it's or I can push the boundary of AI to make it more interesting. That was really the idea. So it's
Yeah.
not follow what's there. It's just, oh no, I want to push the boundary to create something that's exciting.
Yeah. So we have a question from the community
Yeah,
from
sure.
REM431. I think he asked if you can give the name of the music video. So
Yeah, sure. It's the artist is a French artist called Mille, which is spelled M. Uh, how do you call that? Like the space on the upper side.
oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I can write it on the chat maybe.
Yeah.
Or can I give it? Can I give a link maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Let me show you this first music video up, which was up. Give me 1 second that I find it. Yeah, that's this one. So this one was like a tribute to. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna get it when you're gonna watch it. Should I put it in the private chat? I don't know. I have the link there.
Yeah, I can put it in the other one.
You can share it. It's called Mille
Yes.
Le Temps Passe, and it's really a tribute to Stanley Kubrick. You're gonna understand why if you watch it. So it goes from the beginning of mankind, cavemen, to like super futuristic, space, like spaceship type of stuff. So it's really the progression, like of how mankind went from cavemen to like living in spaceship.
Yeah, that's a huge story, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
so I assume making a music video was very natural move for yourself because of your background as a music producer, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think I was frustrated for all the music video I got from film director, like, and I was like, no, that's not how I want this transition. So I was like, oh, let me learn, Final Cut and After Effects. And yeah, I started progressively, like yeah, 12 years ago to be involved in my music video and start directing music video. But yeah, that's what mainly what I was doing was music video. So the move to commercial wasn't really expected. It happened naturally because I started to do also social marketing, branding for corporate stuff, that wanted like to be a little bit more fresh because that's what I was doing in music when I was working with artists as music producer. Like my obsession, like I was telling you off, like is avant-garde, innovative stuff. So that's the same that I do now in video. It's like I'm trying to have a feeling, a smell of what's coming, what's gonna be cool next. You
Yeah.
know?
So before we get to your more current work, I would be super interested. Like, I mean, I think this was 2022, right? Your first
Yeah,
music video. So this was super early. So
with AI. Yeah,
yeah, the first AI music video. So
yeah.
how did people react on a what was the responses you got on that?
I mean, it's like what we were talking earlier. It's just like there's people that are like, what is that? It's just like people that are
Yeah.
completely amazed by it and like obsessed, and some people that say, "Oh, you're gonna steal my job doing this," So I think there's a big polarity within the AI, ethic question, and but I feel like most of the people were there is a trend, there is a hype already positive, and we're like, oh,
Mm.
what's coming next, So no, I think like most of the people are excited about like the possibility of AI, and see now from 2 years, like 2022, and now there's huge improvement. It's like night and day difference.
It's an amazing amazing development, I think. And before we look into one of your before we look into one of your works, I think we need to, or you need to explain, because what you're doing is super crazy. I mean, when I first when I first saw like your work, I thought it was a commercial, but then I learned there is no client for the commercial, so you just take brands and make kind of commercials for them without any
I mean, to be honest, I was doing branding and music video and stuff for more corporate also company, but the first move I did was a KFC. I don't know why I did that. I just think I don't like really KFC, to be honest. But I was like, oh, I can make it look cool. So I don't know. I thought about this concept about like Neo Tokyo in 2077, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Let's do something like kind of, I don't know, like manga-ish, And I sent it to a few peers, like just people that are in the video industry and production. And like the first day, I already had a client, like, oh, we pay you to make a commercial like that. So I was like, oh, okay, let's try to make another one. And when I did the Adidas one, crazy, just like I got call from like the biggest agency in US and stuff, and like I got a lot of like people that were like, oh, we want to represent you. And so from that day, I didn't stop. Now, I mean, I'm working with few brands, to make like a real commercial. I'm signed with like some like agencies. So yeah, I mean,
Mm.
things went super fast. I didn't have the time to really think. It just happened. But
Yeah.
it was unexpected. But in the same way, I'm not surprised because like what I'm doing, like you said, is a bit crazy, it's a bit different. It's super fast paced, cut up, and that's what I was doing in music. Like I was doing experimental music even before, and that was really cut up and super fast paced. Always changing. You don't really have the time to process everything, and that's why you want to watch it again. Because I mean,
Should
all the show that I'm doing, like some I can watch at them for like 6 seconds, they're beautiful, but That's not the idea. It's just like, no, everything is like a photograph, but I want it. I don't know. I just like, I, I just go with my gut, I don't really have theory about it. It's just like
Mm.
for 20 years, I felt like what I was doing was weird and crazy for most of people. And suddenly people think it's cool, but I have maybe an idea about it. Just I feel like with so much like swiping, like a story, TikTok, our brain became like addicted to fast content all the time. So I think like most of the people now are ADHD, so they need to switch fast, and
Mm.
my style, which is really fast, I think like the neurochemistry of the people on this planet that has changed, has shifted. Now they think it's cool, but my whole life I've been doing that weird stuff,
Yeah.
so
So maybe we have a look at the KFC. I think this is where it all started, right?
yeah, sure, yeah, that was the first one I did.
Yeah.
So you share it, right? Yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean, is amazing. I really like it. And I think it's a bit of a, as you said before, I mean, the cut is like a music video, but it's also like a commercial, but is not because KFC is not did not commission it, right? So, but this is really funny. So I think you told me that KFC also approached you afterwards, right?
yeah, I mean, I didn't expect that neither. It just like since I did this one, just like everything was an avalanche of like news, contact, like representation, like do. Yeah, they asked me to uh, to do a pitch for another video with another concept, So it's just crazy. But now seeing it, I think it's cool. But I see so many like flaws in it, so I'm like, that's I can see that the first one I did.
Maybe you can tell us a bit because I think one thing that is like a red line through all of your videos is this hyper futuristic way of
Mhm.
um, visuals. So is this? I think there's something that is part of your
Yeah,
style, right?
part of my I would have said DNA, but I think it's my soul. Just like
If so, yeah.
since my early years, I've been fascinated by not the present or the past, but by the future. I don't know why. It's like
Mm.
I don't know. I already felt like there's something that's already exists on a different plane of consciousness that's I'm really bad to pronounce it, simultaneously, existing on another realm. And I don't know, I've always felt like, I don't know, I don't want to come into the matrix type of talk, but I've always felt we just see a layer of what is reality, our
Mm.
perception as human is really limited to what type of frequency we can hear and we can see. And I felt there's a lot of other thing, and I feel like my work is more a bridge from the invisible to the tangible. That's what I'm trying to approach within my work, So that's why the futuristic and mystical spiritual element is really like important to me, I just felt like we live in a non-linear conception of time. And if maybe we watch it later, but like the commercial I did for Nike, is called Celestial Flow. And that's the same idea, it just like, and I feel like that's what we see also in people like Miyazaki, it's like he's doing like fantastic job that can talk to everybody, but there's really a core spiritual element to, there's a wisdom to it.
Mm. Yeah, I
So
think as you already mentioned it, we can right jump to the Nike video, and in the like while watching, if anyone from the audience has any questions, just drop them in the chat, and we are happy to answer. One thing that is really interesting to me, I mean, you're using these brands quite a lot in a very intense way without any commission. Did you ever get any issues with that, or is this like
no,
a
because
video? Or
in fact I did it because one of my good friend, that did the music. Uh, our best friend is like one of the director at the FFF, which is like Federation French for Soccer. So
Mhm.
they have a partnership with Nike. So we're talking with them right now. They said that they love it. They just ask us if we could face swap with a real player.
Oh
So
wow.
so why not? So yeah, a lot of time now it's just like if I do a pitch, it's because there is an opportunity through someone I know or through my agency. That we know that we're gonna have people that are receptive. But since that's what I was doing in the beginning. Now I'm doing mainly commission work. So,
Mm.
but that was
Yeah.
a good way, to approach. It's just like when I watch at the brand. I just want to feel the core values, the DNA of the brand, and then I want to bring my touch to it because that's what excites me. It's just like if you really want like a more classic type of commercial, you're not gonna call me. If you want something a bit more weird and crazy, and so yeah, it's like that's why I really want to stick to this type of commercial. Just like I'm not
Mm.
interested to do like more mainstream one. I think there's people that are really talented for this, and that's amazing. I think in art in general, that's really important to find your own style, what excites you, and I think that's when you find your own personality that you can strive. It's not when you try to imitate other people. I mean,
Yeah. So if I understand correctly, like you have your style, and brands can commission your work if they want to, but you would not um like implement the script of a brand saying like we want to do you something completely different style, and something like that. This is not
no, no.
your.
I mean, so far the brands that seen and we're talking with, they didn't ask to change anything.
Mm.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think that's what they like. That's different. But yeah, they ask for change that are like I can understand. Like, okay, we have our player. That they are
Of course.
sponsored,
Yeah.
so
Mm.
we'd rather have our player with their real face. And yeah, everything is doable. So we're on this talk right now. So I shouldn't. I mean, I haven't signed a DA for this one. There's other
Okay.
projects,
Okay.
but no, for
Yeah.
this one,
Yeah.
it's
Okay. So let's not go in the secret path. We will. You will keep us updated, right? You will keep us posted when
yeah.
something happens.
I will
Yeah.
tell you. I will tell
So
you.
one thing that is that would be interesting for me is I mean, music is a super important part, and I think it's also explainable with your background. So always very strong music in your works. Um,
Yeah.
have you considered using AI for music generating as well, or is this something you would not like to touch?
No, I actually we building a company, a music company, a music project with AI that's really specific for like professional, music artists or hobbies too. But I think there is not really like a tool that we can really tweak to make music like qualitative music with AI now. Most of the stuff are prompt stuff and it's not really cool. But now there's a good there's a good avenue, for a more professional tool. But yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, I like it, but for this type of stuff yet, I think it's not ready. So I'm not using AI for any type of music yet in this type of work. But yeah, it's gonna come soon. Once we have better tool, I'm sure we can go a little bit farther away. But we late. The music is late, technologically compared to videos. I think like the first time we talk about AI was more about the images, still, and video. Back in the day when
Mhm.
this we were talking about that, we weren't talking about music, AI music yet. It's more recent, I would say.
Yeah, but you're looking into that.
Sorry.
You, I say you're looking into that, and we will see when this will become part of your workflow.
Yeah, let's see. Not right now yet. We
Yeah.
still, but I'm not doing the music for most of the video because just like
Mm.
I've done I've done it like for 20 years, and I want to be focused on what I'm doing visually. I want to be inspired by other artists, so right now that I'm not excited to do music. And then I do sound design, but I mean, I have like thousand of cool music, but it's just like, I don't know, what I think is exciting, in the art in general is collaboration.
Yeah.
You want to be fed with someone else vibe, and that's what I like. That's why I really think it's art in general. It's the collaboration are always so fulfilling and creatively, like interesting, because it bring you to, I don't know, it inspire you to go in another type of way that maybe by yourself you wouldn't have gone, so
Yeah. So we've been very, very briefly touching workflow, like I said, like as part of your workflow and so on. So I would be super interested
yeah,
to
yeah,
hear
yeah.
a bit about your workflow, but maybe we have a look at the Adidas before.
Oh yeah, sure.
Boy, boy, boy. My face is the front of shop. My face is.
Yeah, we missed the intro.
Oh no,
Big deal, oh, big deal.
sorry. Yeah, so maybe you can give us a bit of a background on how your workflow, how you usually approach these works and what your workflow looks like.
I mean, it's always beginning with a vision, a concept,
Mm.
So first, I'm watching about the DNA brands, like where they are trying to go artistically, and I'm watching everything they've done before. And once I see something that's a little bit more crazy, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe there's a possibility for to go like to push the boundary again, So that's what I've done with them. I brought the concept and then like put it in action. Like, but again, it's just like I've got few companies, that uh, mail me to say, oh, can we pay you and know exactly what's your process to do this type of video? I'm like, yeah, you can pay me, but at the end of the day, it's not about the process. It's about what I have in my mind. So I can give you which tool I'm using, but I can use like 5 every other tool, and I'm gonna do the same at the end of the day. Just like in
Mm.
music. It's not about which software you are using. It's about like what you have in your mind. It's about your taste. So I think it's uh, I don't get it, like when company wants to pay you just to understand technically what you're doing. I mean, it's technique,
Yeah.
and like this is art, so yeah, I can tell you what is my process, but you want you're not going to be able to replicate it exactly, because, I mean,
No, but what I thought was very interesting when we talked before is like, I mean, we always meet people who think like when you use AI, you just write a prompt and then poof, the video comes out. But I think there's a lot of work behind, a lot of
No,
lot of different steps involved. So you
no. So let me give you example. Right now, I'm doing a commercial for this agency in UK called Effect Marketing. If you're watching, they're really cool people, and yeah, I mean, I spent a day or more, to to make like seven different type of moods for them to choose.
Mhm.
Like I spend a lot of time like finding the right color grading, the right different type of ambience, that can goes with like what they have in mind and what I have in mind too. So no, I spent, I mean, a lot of time like prompting, what I want and finding the right color grading. And then the challenge is, oh, you can have shot consistency, like through all along your process, you have the same type of, like image, color grading, vibe, So no, I think that's one of the most tricky part of the process is finding the right vibe universe, that you want to create. Once you find it, then it's a matter of prompting, like you're gonna spend time prompting, for your different scene. But I mean, that's maybe a little bit easier,
Mhm.
and if it takes a lot of work too. But yeah, the most important work is to find the right universe with the right color. Once you got that, okay, I know where I'm going. Now I'm gonna prompt, and then you're gonna, to be honest, in like the Balmain commercial or the Nike commercial, I use maybe 5% of, or even less, 5 or 3% of the image I've generated. I have
Mhm.
plenty of shots that I found like beautiful, but at the end, it's not about beautiful. It's about being coherent within your world. A piece of art. So yeah, I'm really selective about like the shot that I want. I mean, before it's a video, it needs to be an amazing photograph. It needs to be an amazing still. So it's more like a DOP job. Like, oh yeah, this is what I want to see. And each image needs to be like visually striking.
Mhm.
It takes a lot of trial and error.
I can imagine. I can imagine. And then you do like the cutting and
Yeah,
post
then
production, everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So then you make the video, then you make the editing, and then I use also Comfy, to really make specific scene that I can use with traditional pipeline. So yeah, it can be tricky sometimes. I use like After Effects or 3D stuff too. So yeah, I use all these traditional filmmaking background, and use it with AI, just like I didn't learn to do like video with AI. It came
Yeah.
after. Most of the people that are successful now, it's people that were already filmmaker before,
But you could, is it right to say like AI is just another tool now in your toolbox, or?
Yeah, it's just another tool. It's just like we were talking off about the ethical. You were asking me what were the reaction of people like when it comes to my first video, like did you like it or not? It's just like, yeah, there's people that's not gonna get it or that not gonna be agree with AI, and that's what we are saying. I think like we still have to find a middle ground that if we use uh, image, to generate your image. We use artists. We need to find a way, to make laws that are feel fair for everyone, But it's like back in the 80s, when we started sampling, it's the
Mm.
same process, We were using music from the 70s to make hip hop music, At first, it was like disturbing, but then legally we find, our process, and now it's part of like the modern music, sampling. So it's a bit the same, it's a bit the same debate than what we have with the sampling, back in the day, but at a bigger scale.
Way bigger scale, but same same ideas. Yeah, I fully agree. Fully agree. Okay, so I would really, I mean, we're really coming to an end slowly, but I would really love to have a very brief conversation also about, like, to hear your thoughts about the future. But before, I think we should have a look at one more
Yeah,
clip. What would you recommend? Where should we have a look?
maybe the Balmain one.
Yeah, let's go for it. And also again, once again for the community, if you have any questions, I think we can also please drop them here, or you can also drop them afterwards in the comments. And I think you will find some time to have a look and answer. And maybe you can also, when we push the video, maybe also we can share a link if people are interested to watching all the videos and the full in full resolution, because in this transmission they're a bit small, but I think it might be interesting to also see them full time,
Can I
full
share the
screen.
link after the live ended, or do you want me to share it now?
Basically, we could do both, so we can share it now and maybe afterwards.
Okay.
Once again,
Let me find the link I sent you earlier. I think there was some video. Yeah, there's a bunch right here. Let me send it to you live private chats. Boom. All right. Yeah.
oh yes.
Yeah.
So I will just drop them here. So so what is like what is your vision of all of this? Like, where do you think we are moving to in the especially in the brand world? Because this is, I think, where you like this combination of art and brand is something that you're working on quite a lot.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it's me, it's all about, like, ultimately my ambition goes beyond simply creating like visually striking image, you know. I see my work, maybe it seems weird for some people, as a vehicle to elevate collective consciousness, if only momentarily, you know. But for me, like, each creation is an invitation, you know, to glimpse the larger dimension, you know, that exists beyond our ordinary perception. So maybe that's a mystical, you know, talk we have right now, but that's really at the core of my work. You know, it's just, I'm inspired by things that are maybe invisible, that I feel, that I'm trying to translate in the tangible world. So I don't know if it's
No. I think it absolutely.
mystical for a lot of people, but that's my approach to art. You know, I think art has always had this sacred function throughout human history. So in our time of planetary transition, I believe this role is more crucial than ever, especially with AI.
Mhm. And what would be your dream project? Like, what if with or without client would you what would you prefer?
I mean,
And what would you love to?
right now I'm only do clients, you know. So, but I mean, it's I'm inspired. You know, it's like a photograph. You know, for me, project it needs to happen instinctively. You know, I don't have projection on what I should be. I need to be inspired first. So right now I'm focused on the project I'm working. I don't really have time to think about like new stuff that I'm excited about. I'm excited about what I'm working on right now. So I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, yeah, I just hope like to keep up striving in what I'm doing. I'm really like grateful that this is happening, you know, like a month and a half ago. I mean, I didn't expect that to happen, you know. Everything went really quickly. And yeah, I feel fulfilled in what I'm doing right now, and yeah, just want to keep up like going this way, creating piece of art like that's make me fulfilled and people happy, or at least interested by it or captivate.
Yeah. So I have one last question. As you've been in this AI, or as you've been experienced in this AI journey for quite a long time, I think,
Mhm.
more than many of us saw. So doing your first AI music video in 2022, I think you saw quite a lot of this rapid development. Um, do you have any vision of where you expect the AI development to move to, especially in the art and movie sector?
I felt like the path is pretty clear. It's just like everyone is moving to AI, like from movie to commercial to,
Mhm.
it's crazy. I just feel like the app and software development gonna be like way more advanced than what it is right now in a year from now. Like, especially, I'm really curious to see what's gonna come out with 3D, because that's really the next level where AI gonna help, like 3D people to go faster, and even help like hobbyists of 3D that doesn't have many knowledge in 3D to make things faster. But because I feel like the best video we've seen so far is like a collaborative, um, project where that involves, like real 3D people, like AI artists, like VFX artists. I think that's where the magic really happened yet, So I'm really curious to see how AI gonna improve, like hobbyists within the 3D space. That's really what I'm excited about, like what's next with 3D and AI.
Okay, thank you very much. And we have a question from the community. What brands would you love to work with?
Oh God, that's, what? That's why that was pretty difficult, because when I was looking for brand, I wanted to find like stuff that, I don't know, has an inclination, like that are open to some futuristic and weird, idea. And Adidas had a bunch, Nike too had some cool one, because I was talking with the people from Unit 9, and they did like some crazy commercial for Nike, and I love them, and a bit experimental too, So and when I was like trying to find a brand within like the luxury, fashion industry, I didn't see many that I really like, because all their commercial were pretty like traditional. And that's not where I shine. And I see Balmain, because Balmain was doing like 3D. They did a 3D type of commercial with Cher. That was pretty amazing, So I think like Balmain is more futuristic than the other brand. So that's why I chose this brand. So any brand that has like an openness, or a will to do something a bit weird, crazy, or futuristic, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, okay. So thank you everyone for joining and for watching, and especially huge thanks for you to Romain for sharing
Yes,
your
thanks to
work
you
and your
for
ideas
having
and
me.
your inspiration.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
It was really nice to have you here, and yeah, we will have the possibility. So we will have the recording of the
Yeah,
chat. You can put questions there, and they will be answered. And yeah, see you soon. Thank you very much, and
see you
happy
soon,
weekend.
Mike. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.